You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Tedesco Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Stuart Tedesco Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
And, gee, I don't know what we should talk about. There's just nothing happening.
I know, nothing's
Absolutely
going on in the
nothing.
world. Oh, my God.
No.
Well, I'll say this. I'll start with this. That is not about what you're probably thinking about. But we did mention it last week. Our old friend, I did get in contact, speaking of getting in contact with people. Not that we were estranged. She just left. Our old friend, Suzanne Monroe, I thought she was visiting. She moved back.
Oh, how lovely.
It is lovely. And I reached out, and she definitely wants to come back on the show.
Does she still perform? Is she still performing?
I'll tell you that just after I
All
finish
right,
this.
all right,
And then,
sorry.
no, you're fine. Yeah. And then she is currently, I don't know, we'll ask her about this, but she moved back to apparently work 2 jobs and doesn't have a day off. I was like, well,
I mean, to
sucks.
be honest, I know.
Yeah.
Gosh, that sounds like a lot of people.
Right.
You know.
So she is going to come on as soon as things get settled and she finds out when she has a freaking day off. But she's excited about it. There was even emojis in the thing about her coming back on. So
nice.
I did see on her social media that she hadn't been doing music for at least a couple of years. And when
She's
she
got a great voice.
And when-
very good voice.
when
I
she
enjoyed it a
got
lot.
here, she did a song in the I forgot who tribute.
Where
Concert.
was she?
Some tribute.
Yeah, it wasn't Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
It was John Coxtoast.
Yes.
The John Coxtoast.
Where was she?
Simpson.
Where'd she returning from?
I know. Okay, she was a rambling gal.
All
She-
over. Oh, so she's a traveler.
I know
She's
she
traveling-
did.
Traveling gal.
She did some West Coast. I know there was
Nice.
Colorado.
I was going to say, I thought it was
think-
Texas, but
I
no,
think there
Colorado.
was Austin in there. That's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
yes, I thought
She moved
so, yeah.
around, and that's what I want to hear about. I want to hear about that.
Oh wow.
It's
So she'll
probably
have
very-
some stories.
I know,
She
I
does
love-
have stories.
I love stories.
No, she
Oh,
does
how
have stories.
fun.
I love a good story.
She,
Tell me the
she
tea.
She is known for being on one of the infamous shows. Nothing to do with her. Just the podcast gods were not smiling upon us, and we had to re-record the show 3 times.
Wow.
It just kept.
And she
getting
stayed
fucked
with
up.
us.
and she did. She kept coming back.
Really?
And so we love her extra hard.
Somewhere
Aw.
in the
Yeah.
archives are pictures of all of the beer cans from beer bottles from
so
that.
so
So
you did
funny.
3 takes.
We did. Or
Yeah.
4. 3.
Well, no,
3?
we did 2. I think
2 and then
2
the-
back to back, and then a different day had to come back. Again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh
it
my
was-
God. That last one must have been fun. Huh.
it was just funny. It was just like, thanks,
Yeah.
Suzanne,
Thanks.
for
I'm
coming
sorry.
back
Could you
again.
sing one more time for us for free, please?
I know, we're not paying you. I mean, we have beer in our company, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny.
So anyway, I'd love to tell you when she's going to be on, but she is at some point. I'm not going to promise anything because we were really excited about Nina coming back on, and
And
crickets.
then it didn't happen.
Yeah, it did happen. Now I've got an open bottle of whiskey just sitting around.
It'll happen.
One of these days. No, one of these days I'm going to drink the fucker. But
I like whiskey. Just
yeah, me
saying.
too. I just haven't been feeling it. I need to be in the real mood for it.
You
and
know,
I
what,
haven't
once
been in the
I
mood.
feel
be
more
in the mood for whiskey?
I
Yeah.
feel more in the mood for
I get
whiskey when
that.
it gets colder out because
Yeah, I'm
when
never
you
in the
drink
mood for
it,
whiskey.
it makes you a little warm. So I feel like it's more of a cold weather.
You're not drinking
beverage.
out of the right paper bag. Carrie.
Well, I have to have it after vodka.
oh, okay.
That's the
good.
that's the key.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
Yeah.
you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
You're grown.
I have
You
to
know
already
you are,
be drunk.
You're a tough tipper.
Yeah. I have to already be drunk to have whiskey.
I actually really like it.
Can't do the flavor. Tequila the same way. Don't like the flavor.
I have, you know what? I didn't when I was younger, and
I appreciate it more now.
I do.
I didn't when I was younger either. Once you have some really good tequila, once you've
Oh, I
had
still
some
don't know the difference.
nuances
I
and
still
stuff,
don't
some
know
good
the-
stuff. It's,
I think the
it's
problem
pretty
is I
great.
got really sick on tequila.
Oh, yeah, that'll
when
do
I was
it.
young.
Oh, I feel the same way
Ever
about
since.
Wild Turkey. Never.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Also champagne.
Oh my God!
Cold duck. Cold duck.
Cold duck. My
High
mom.
five.
Both the pink and the golden.
Ah, that is hilarious. People don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, Google that cold duck shit.
My mom actually, on occasion, she doesn't drink now because she's got medical issues. But on occasion, back in my youth,
Good old days.
she would get a cold duck, and I'd see it in the refrigerator,
did
and
I-
I would know it was my mom's. And
And
she
if you were fancy, you had some Boone's Farm.
Okay, did I tell the story?
on occasion, my dad bought wine,
One of my
but listen, my mom didn't drink much. She would just drink the cold duck on occasion.
fairly certain it's actually cold duck was probably the worst puking session I ever had. We won't.
I don't
I'll
even
get
know if
into
I've ever
details.
had it, to be honest, because it was so long ago, and
had
I don't
everything
know that.
night. It
Oh
was
my
in
gosh.
New Year's. It was. I had everything.
What did it taste like?
Okay, it was literally making me do math. It was like almost 40 years ago, and it was the end thing I drank after a long night of a lot of things on a New Year's. I have no idea what. I don't
Do you remember? Do you know what it tastes like?
No, God, no.
No.
Was this was when we were young and you were
Yeah.
just sneaking alcohol just to get drunk? I mean, I
Look,
drink slow
Right.
gin.
If you're drinking
That's
cold
sad.
duck at our age, you're fucking Fred Sanford.
right?
Okay.
Pretty much.
I'm
saying.
just curious about it because I truly don't
I
think
think
I've
it's one of those
ever
things that
had
you
it.
choose because you drank it out of necessity that you now have a taste for it.
that some asshole brought it.
Or
that's
or
what's
that's
left.
what you grew up
Is it
drinking
still
that now you
exist?
like
I
it.
don't know. I have to
I
look.
highly doubt it.
All right.
So I don't remember if we
I
talked
gotta-
about
I'm
this a
gonna look it
long
up.
time ago on the show, but there was one of my lobbying trips. It could have been D.C. No, it might have been Albany. Albany, New York. But one of them, we were going office to office for something, lobbying for some disability rights legislation, and the legislator where they make Mad Dog 2020 had bottles of this shit in the office, like, look at the
Nice.
awesome things that are made in my district. And it was like,
Awesome.
It
all
was
the different
sweet and
Mad Dogs.
fruity. So this, I'm guessing, this
Yeah,
might
it
be
was-
more like a precursor to what do you call it? Seltzer drinks and wine coolers. I think
I
this
remember
might
it
have
being
been
in a pseudo champagne kind of bottle, wasn't it? Cold duck?
Yeah. Maybe.
It says it was.
Could be mixing it up with champagne.
I don't know. it just got it did it got the job done. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Not
it was
coming up
a.
Yep. Yep.
It was basically
We
it was
also
like
knew
a
not to
burgundy.
eat
It was
anything.
like burgundy
That helped.
mixed.
That helped it along.
Burgundy mixed with champagne. Oh, that sounds so disgusting.
Yes, it does.
Never
Yes, it
mind.
does.
I don't know that I'd even want to try. You know what? Maybe
Not
there's
now,
somebody out
no.
there. If you like, there may be a way to make like a really good version of it. If you had like really good wine, really good champagne, but I'd almost be afraid to fuck it up. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. That really sounds nasty. My mom would drink that shit.
So now that I know more than I do now, or than I did then, I mean, I didn't realize
I
how
know more than I do
racist-
now.
Yeah, well, that's so true. I didn't realize how racist it actually was at the time. But for a short time, they did an experiment with menthol Colt 45. And a friend of mine did buy a 40 ounce of it, and I didn't try it, but it even smelled horrible. It was so bad.
Like menthol just doesn't. No.
I mean, Colt
I
45 is
understand
bad
why
enough.
people. I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes, and I did used to smoke menthol, so I do know where I know about that part, and I do sometimes use products that have menthol in it.
Well, yeah, like
But-
Ben Gay.
Yeah.
See, I
but-
started smoking. I smoked regular, but that's what my parents smoked, so that's what I started smoking. That's what I stole.
Right.
Like we used to say, let's take advantage because that's what they smoked. Vantage cigarettes.
Oh, I remember. Yeah,
that was
I
our
remember
code word.
Vantage.
Or
Vantage.
strikes. Let's go in striking distance out in the backyard. Like that was our code word for.
Oh my gosh,
Come on,
guys
yeah, we were such dorks.
that's so funny.
But
That's funny.
that's how we started smoking regular cigarettes. Nobody
So-
smoked menthol.
So let me give you a good story. It's a quickie.
Okay.
We like a
in
quickie.
theory. Good. I'm good at that.
It's over with fast.
Actually,
Sorry.
Sometimes it's all we got the energy for. And
I
we're
was
like-
gonna say that
Sometimes we're really
No.
grateful
way
for the
too much
quickie.
information there.
No, you just.
No, it's
I'm
true.
sorry, you
Sometimes
just
women
brought
are-
You just brought back a memory for me.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. You're
I
welcome.
could
It was a good-
elaborate, but we
it was a
might
good
want to
memory.
go there.
It was a good memory.
No, we know. We know. Women, all women know. And probably some men too. It's like sometimes you're like, I don't really have the energy for this.
Well, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes women go fast too.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
all right. Great. Thanks.
So,
Right.
different topic.
Anywho,
It's like the
leave
tap
it to
on the head.
us to bring the sexy when we're going to talk about this fucking election. It's just destroying
Well, this
my
isn't what
life.
my little story
Okay,
isn't about.
all
the
right.
election. So I don't even need to give a lot of backstory to it. So my ASL teacher, I'm taking the college class because the state's making me do it to get the magic piece of paper to be certified to teach ASL, even though I'm already teaching it, American Sign Language. A deaf woman who's around in our general age area somewhere. I don't know exactly. None of my business. I don't care. And she sent me an email saying that I should look into this job opening, and it was working with deaf refugees. And the fact that she thought that I would be good at it, that my signing was good enough, which I've been fluent for 25 years, but the fact she didn't send this to all the other students. And I just thought that was I thought it was flattering. I looked at it, didn't quite pay enough. I can't take the pay cut, even though I'm a little frustrated with my current career. Couldn't take the pay cut right now, but I just thought it was really cool that she was like, hey, Dave might like this. I thought that was cool. But it's a very interesting concept. Helping refugees, which it actually is cool, helping deaf refugees. And
Extra cool.
Yeah, extra cool. So you need to know. I'm going to go with American Sign Language, even though there's over 150 different sign languages, and they're working on an international sign language.
I was going to ask you
yeah,
how they approach that.
I actually read about that recently.
Yeah.
It's
being worked on.
I was gonna say how do they approach that in different countries? Do they have like a coalition of how to?
Well, I can't speak. I can only talk very generally, and that's from very little knowledge. But it's I mean, every country. It's like there's English and French and Chinese.
Right.
There's each country each place. There's each sign language has its own thing, its own syntax, its own grammar, all that kind of jazz. ASL. Now, sorry, I'm going dorky on you, but ASL actually started from French Sign Language, some Native American signs, and some
Native American signs,
and some home signs
Some
from
what?
the general area in Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard.
Interesting.
So
signs. What is? I don't even know what that
home
means.
so
like
so,
HOME.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my house, right? My family, and let's say we're a deaf family. Some signs, like your family, forget about deafness. You have in your family, you may have some words that are just totally made up.
Yes, we do.
Same thing with
100%.
signs.
Okay.
So some of the signs from the households in the Massachusetts area where Gallaudet and Clerc came over from France, they came over with French Sign Language, and then some Native American signs that not even about deafness, just part of how they would communicate. Also got jumped in, as well as the deaf families in the area. Martha's Vineyard. Actually, it's not quite as prevalent now, but only about, you can even go back just about 50, 60 years, everybody in Martha's Vineyard signed. There was
cool.
a huge deaf population there, and even the hearing people there signed.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder. It may not be that way anymore, but that's.
No, it's
I
not
love.
as- it's not as prevalent
It's
anymore.
probably that's pretty cool though.
Yeah. So
Plus, I love just on another note. I love Cape Cod. Cape Cod is beautiful, and I have ancestral roots in Cape Cod. So I don't know. I think that it's kind of like the American Sign Language. Its roots come from that area.
That is a fascinating story.
That is
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know.
the International Sign Language, I just know it's starting to exist. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if some guy named Ted is creating it. I have no idea how that's
Or
happening.
Jose.
Whatever. I just so the name Ted's been in my head lately. I don't know why. Anyway, I just thought that was really
Better
cool.
than Tad.
That I agree with that. So sorry if you're Tad and you're listening. Sorry, dude. Go have people call you Sport. Something
Something else.
Chief,
I'm so
King,
sorry.
something.
Yeah, if you're a nice person, and your name is
Sparky.
Tad. I really
Yeah.
am sorry.
Just go with
it's kind of like
Stinky,
it's like
whatever.
Karen's, but
I
they
know.
can't
yeah.
change their name.
I know my name is so close. It's so
Your
sad.
name's not close.
I know.
It's
No,
close.
I know.
Carrie,
and
Karen.
I understand phonetically, but
Although I have Stephen King in my corner.
you do.
I just have to say Stephen King, and they're all good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
even
good.
think about.
You're
Oh,
good.
I don't even think
You're
about
good.
Carrie on that level. I only think about Karen, and I have a few Karens in my life who are super amazing, awesome people, and I feel sad that their names,
Their name's
get-
Karen.
I know, I'm
Especially
like,
if you're Karen and you're in your 50s, 60s, you're screwed.
I know.
And you're white.
Actually, I'm just
Oh.
thinking about two of them are totally in their 50s. They're my age, so yeah, they are.
Yeah. My name's Karen, and I'm sorry.
I think Karen and Kevin are the only two that really have it.
Or
'Cause-
Brandon.
'cause Kevin's-
Brandon's a bad older white man
Oh,
name
now
now.
too, yeah, that's that. But
Brandon.
because
Let's go,
everybody knows
Brandon.
Kevin's a cunt. So yeah,
Kevin, really?
yeah, the goat.
It's a goat.
We didn't talk about. All right, I'll show you after.
Okay.
I'll show you after.
The video's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Oh,
show
it sounds familiar for some
you.
reason.
Yeah. The
It's been
English
around
sheep farmer.
Still sounds
All
familiar,
right,
but I
after
don't
the show.
know.
After the show, we're not
Okay.
gonna get into this again. Okay, so one more thing that has nothing to do with you know what, and then we'll get into you know what. So we have
Okey-dokey.
we have talked about this place here in Rochester, and don't worry, it's this is not a local thing, but it's connected to a local thing. So just stay with me.
That's not vague.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So Greenovation is a place in Rochester that that tries to keep things out of landfills. So people have stuff they don't want anymore. It's not on fire. You can donate it to Greenovation. Yeah, we won't take things on fire. So I had to think about it for a minute.
They do take almost everything, but please don't just send them your junk. 'Cause
Yeah.
if
Well,
you're-
like
if it's something
not
that you
usable, like broken
if it's something
glass.
that
and-
you wouldn't buy, like you wouldn't even consider buying ever. Don't fucking do that.
Well,
That's rude.
hold that thought,
Okay.
because part of the ethos was supposed to be happening all
Honestly,
along.
like a really dusty Christmas wreath that you've had in your family for 20 years, and it's disgusting and it smells bad.
Well, disgusting and smells okay, but like something that's broken, because part of the ethos of Greenovation is to fix things as well.
Right.
They haven't gotten around to really honing in on that, and in fact, I think that's something down the road I will be, even though I can't fix shit, but I will be coordinating other people who can fix shit. I think that's going to be a role for me.
Everybody knows people who can fix shit.
Yeah.
You got to get those people together.
Yes, I'm working on that. Mel, I will be. I'm not yet. So anyway, what I have been doing, and I know we've talked about this because I've actually had them in here, is all of the CDs that have been donated. I have been dealing with them. One thing that sucks is that people have gone in and literally taken the CDs and stolen them and left the cases, and there's empty cases. So I've gone through the thousands of cases to make sure there's CDs in them. And while it's not a complete high-tech anti-theft system, literally just taking Scotch tape and taping them shut to make it a little bit harder to steal a shit. So now I'm getting ready. I can leave it like that. I'm just about completely done. I'm going in tomorrow for maybe another hour's worth of the broken cases that are left and just cleaning up all that kind of shit. But now no one's asked me to. Well, no one asked me to do that either. But I'm thinking to starting to sort them by genre.
How can you not? Like, I know how
Well-
your brain is. I'm sure you're thinking this. You would be. I'm like, I could've
Well,
just left this
no,
and
but
be like,
but here's the thing, though. I always, and I think about this a lot, for good or bad. Genres are weird because especially now we have the music. It's so fractured. Like,
Yeah,
there's
there's not
subgenres, and so I thought I would ask you guys. So like, okay, so I'm gonna separate this into quote unquote genres. What categories should? Because let me tell you something that's really super prevalent in this collection. Because remember, this is shit people are giving away, getting rid of.
right.
There is an ass ton, and I use this term on purpose. There is an ass ton of Christian music. Like, well, never mind. I'm not going to go there, but there's a lot. And people, not like funny Jimmy Swagger, Jesus put a yodel in my heart, like I have that album.
No, there's a ton of Christian music. out
Yeah.
there.
And it's not even like rock and roll Christian music. It's
It's not
like,
Amy Grant necessarily.
no, it's like, oh my God,
Amy
what
Grant's
are you
a
doing to
secular
me?
music now. So
I understand,
She's no longer welcome.
Yeah.
In that group. of
Right.
people.
So,
Excuse me, make another beer. You want
yeah,
one?
sure, thank you. So, there's a lot of Christian. There is, There's some really obscure. I mean, the stuff that's relatively famous is not very prevalent, but there is a little bit, not too much. It'd be really tough to go, hey, let's do rock and then do pop and then do R&B. There's really not that much to split it up that
Even
much.
oh,
A lot of vocalists. If
Well,
you
like Michael
why,
Bublé
why
type
don't you
of
do it
thing?
by
Okay.
why don't you by decade, by like
so that's another thing. So if you want, we have, and I know you're gonna say no, she's done a million things. We might have every Barbara Streisand album ever made.
I think those are just like crooners and songwriters. Like that's like a whole subcategory of like crooners
Yeah.
songwriters, and I think Barbara Streisand would fit in that category.
Okay, so help me out and give me some ideas. So what categories?
Christopherson, you know, people like
Oh, I
that.
wish there was some Chris Christopherson.
I know. I'm like, I would take that. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
that I'd take home.
Well, I have brought some here and I've digitized them and then put them back.
My husband cannot stand Chris Christopherson's music. However,
Oh.
he had a lot of nice things to say about him as a human being when he did pass, because he was a very good person.
Okay.
You know that he's very picky about music.
Vocal crooners. Is that
Yeah,
what?
I would say like these are like crooners and songwriters.
Well,
Crooners
definitely
make me think of Bing Crosby.
religious.
But
There's
that's
a
in this- but
there's
that's in
Bing
this- yeah, but
there's
that's
Bing
in there.
Crosby.
But that's in the same. I would say that's there. That's who else would I call that? That's Mel Torme. That's
There's a little bit of Torme. There's a little bit in there.
You like
wanted-
some Mel Torme?
Oh, I have a ton of him. I have
know,
enough
I
Mel
know, you've
Torme.
already got Mel Torme.
Yeah, I've got Mel Torme. I don't need any more
You
Mel
don't need
Torme.
more Mel.
Wouldn't
But
you-
other people do, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, go get your Mel Torme. Go to Green Innovation, get your Mel
Yeah,
Torme.
yeah.
You
I
just
don't know.
now you won't be able to find it because there's nothing in any order. It's just chaos there.
Yeah, so that's one.
All right, so let's help me with because the thing I'm really struggling with is more current stuff. Because even though overwhelmingly there's not a lot, there's a little bit of everything, and should I just put it all into like
current.
current?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's country.
Current
Well,
pop,
some-
Rock.
current country.
See, some
current-
country is pop.
Oh, it's just pop with a twang. It's really I don't see country. What comes out today is not.
But some
Country,
people call it country. though.
I know.
That's what I'm
I
saying. I would.
have
don't
a
know.
pickup. I'm from the country, bro. You live in Penfield. Leave me alone. Stop it.
But they like country music.
I'm not saying that's not the point.
I would say.
Oh, I got me a pickup
Okay,
truck. You
so-
live in a suburb. Stop it.
Okay,
Put the
so
hat
at
away.
One point, at one point, Taylor Swift was country. She is no longer country, right?
There is no Taylor Swift in this.
Well, of course there's not.
Yeah.
Shania Twain, probably no Shania Twain either, because why?
But
I-
they consider
I
Shania
think there
Twain
was.
country.
I think there was a couple empty Shania
Because
Twains.
duh, why would you?
Right.
Why?
Carrie Underwood's considered country.
I know I would put them under country, even though.
But
their
she
music,
also has
even though
pop-
their music
pop
has
music.
pop leanings. But I feel like the people who want that are probably going to look at country.
I found a fishbone.
Oh, that's cool.
In your
Yeah, it
food.
was. No, the band.
The band Fishbone.
Band Fishbone. Somehow that might end up here. I don't know how that happened.
Well, if you don't already have it.
Well, I have it digitized, but I don't have it like for the car kind of thing. If there's, first of all, by the way, before you go, Dave, why you take it from? Okay, I'm not taking shit. I leave money there every damn time I go to do work.
I never take it. I know.
And
part
me,
of the reason I'm there is to support
yeah.
them.
For me, I don't go to the counter and go, here, I'm buying this for whatever. I would, if I take a couple of CDs within the big thing that I bring back and I keep a couple, I'm still dropping 20 in the donation thing every time I'm there. So
Yeah.
don't worry, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Kim's not gonna
Wouldn't
knock
you do it
over.
by decade or by like more modern, and then
could.
within that?
I mean, if you have something
Then
that's like if you have
categorize
stuff
it?
like if you have stuff that's that's very much like British or American 50s music, like that's just 50s music. Like I don't know. I think you know more. I think you've got some other people to give you ideas, but I think you actually kind of get this. I
Yeah.
feel like you do.
Like you can do large groupings and then subcategories in those groupings.
Okay, I am volunteering. I'm it's
Like,
not
come
my
on,
job.
come on.
Well, and if it's like okay, and
And
I mean,
also, wait,
spreadsheet.
There's one more issue though too. There's kind of a dedicated place in this building for the CD. Nah, even dedicated. It's not totally dedicated, and it's
Who uses CDs anymore
and
anyway?
I
well,
do.
that's why we get them.
I
do. I
actually
for
do,
the car.
yeah.
I
Do
do.
you?
Yeah, I do.
For the
I don't even
car-
have a CD player.
I have a
Ford.
CD player actually even in my studio because I
Yeah.
bought a new one so I could play my CDs.
dinner music downstairs. We have that stereo set up. We will put on
yeah.
CDs, but that's like up here. I don't.
Yeah, I don't even
Um,
have one. I'd have to
But
purchase
for my
one,
car, I
which
do.
to me-
I have a relatively
I'd have
relatively
to buy
little car.
one in order to play CDs. I don't even have a way to play a DVD on my.
Yeah, they're not
Computer.
even computers aren't making
Nope.
DVD drives anymore, which is
Yeah,
fucking
I have a
fascist bastards.
I have a Blu-ray player, so I can actually play it in my Blu-ray player,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it'll play through my TV, through the speaker on my TV, which I do sometimes.
So when I look, there's I
That's
now
why I
that
still haven't seen Spinal Tap. Still,
you're fucking killing me.
still.
No excuse.
I have no DVD player. I've got no CD player.
All right, I have not a concrete plan for this, but I have an idea about it. We'll talk about it after.
Could just hang out sometime and all.
That's
watch
yeah.
it.
That's something.
Like I own it. Do you own it?
What
I own it. Do you own it?
You have it back now.
do I?
Yeah.
Okay, I
That's
thought
like-
I got
'cause
another
I-
copy. All right. All right.
own
No,
it.
I give it back to you.
Did you? All right, that's fine.
did.
I didn't
Eventually.
Care either way. Yeah, I don't care.
We should watch it. It'll be fun.
A certain
It would be
somebody whose name shall not go mentioned here, just because I'm being that guy, still has my. There's something about Mary I never got back.
There's something about what?
There's something about Mary.
Are you looking at me?
No.
Oh, so like I
Are you
don't.
looking
Well,
at
I was
me?
looking at you because I'm having a conversation. You're right across the table from me. Of course, I'm looking at you, but not.
Oh, okay. I was.
No,
making
it's
sure.
nobody in this room.
Oh, okay. I was
okay.
like, is
So that is an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was an awesome movie. Try watching that with your kids.
It's
No, I
somebody
would
whose
never.
name
God.
rhymes with flawn.
Oh. Flan. It's good.
I had to come up with something that rhymed with, you know what? That's what I came up with. Fawn. You know, and his wife.
I'm trying to think of like
Grenade.
Lanai.
Fawn and Grenade.
wow. That's not
I
subtle.
was totally trying to think of something that rhymes with her name. I couldn't think of
I'm being
anyone.
not subtle on purpose.
No, it's not.
Sean and Renee. Because last time
we
Sean
love
was
them.
here, he
We love
said
them.
he had never seen it. They had never seen it. So I was like, oh, dude, just take it. Like 8 years later. I'm like, where the
Well,
fuck's
you
my
told him to
DVD,
take
bro? Well, I meant to go watch it. Anyway, I don't
to
care.
be
I can get on eBay for $2 if I,
I know,
really,
right?
really
Yeah.
want it.
Well, yeah, because
I
nobody.
mean, some
watches
places you can go
DVDs
get it
anymore.
like in the $2
Yeah, absolutely.
bin. You
Yeah,
can probably
yeah.
you might be able to go to the dollar store and find that one. You
I
never
wouldn't
know.
be surprised if somewhere it's buried at Greenovation. I bet it, if I see it, I will grab it.
Or you can go somewhere and buy it used, like House of not House. I don't know House of
Speaking of
Guitars. I meant-
DVDs, see what I just got?
Oh my gosh! I'm
Oh, yeah,
dying
yeah,
to
yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
Still
well,
haven't seen
you're
it.
not taking it. You have a DVD
Well, I don't have a
player.
DVD player.
Inside Out 2 is what we're talking about.
Record Archive is a good place to buy used.
That is true.
Used ones.
That's
Used
where I
movies.
got the first Eddie Murphy, Delirious.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny.
I think
Good
it's up
stuff.
there.
Good stuff.
Good times.
Hey, how about that fucking election, dude?
All right, let's do it. So,
All three of us here are unhappy about the election,
can I be?
but Dave's probably not as unhappy as the rest of us.
That's true. That's actually
I
where
know,
was
and I
going.
knew that, and I knew that.
And but
Dave's not what?
He's not as unhappy. He's not as surprised, and he's not as unhappy. And I
yeah,
knew-
because
and
it's
I
more
knew
about the
that.
surprise, and I was going to be annoyed if either one of them won.
Right.
So I'm just like, all right, fine. It's the creepy
so
dick.
You think
That doesn't
he's not
equate-
worse than her?
That is not what that
That's
means.
not what he's-
That's
no,
not
I know,
what
that's
that
not
means,
what-
Karen. That's
that's
why I've been
not-
keeping my mouth shut. Because
No.
that's not what that means. That
it
means
was just a question.
I would not be happy for either one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't
Well, I
vote
didn't.
for either
That
one
wasn't
of
what
them.
I said.
So-
that wasn't what I asked.
Right. So, no, I'm not saying that.
There is a concept of the lesser of two evils.
And this is what's got us into this mess. We have been look. I have been working on presidential campaigns since Nader, which I keep butchering the year. It was either 96 or 2000. Actually, I think it was 96.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna say. I really think
Because
that's
he's run more
96.
than once.
Yeah.
I keep hearing shit about Nader about 2000, but I think he ran one time before that, and I worked on that. And so that's a long time. And it's always the most important election of our lives. There's always the boogeyman we have to save ourselves from. And it's always the lesser of two evils. And since we've been doing this lesser of two evil shit, we have been fucking climate change, more weapons, more militarism, this nationalism. It's been going down this slope since I've been doing this because it's always been the lesser of two evils.
That's not what I meant by that comment.
No, but that comment, lesser of two evil. I hear
No, that's
that.
what I only meant it between the two of them.
I understand that, but what I'm saying that I've been hearing that for so long. I don't want any evil. I'm working for
nobody
no evil.
does.
But then don't vote for it.
Okay, but not voting doesn't keep evil away.
Oh my god, dude! When have there's fucking?
I don't understand.
Please help me.
Oh no, I'm waiting. I was waiting. Okay, so I get it. I do get it.
No, what I'm saying is you can't you can't keep it from coming in.
Okay.
Can you?
So this is how I'm.
Because if you can, show me how.
This is how I feel. Okay, so I do think that we're fucked. In many ways, I think we're fucked. I don't think we're as 100% fucked as some people believe. Because there
I'm sorry, Carrie. I'm sorry. It's not you. This I've been like I literally
Yeah.
I've been hearing this for
Yeah.
decades, and I'm just
and you're over it.
and I'm trying
Yeah,
to. Not,
yeah, I know, and you're not wrong. I do think that this is way worse than the past. I do believe that for many reasons, but Dave is also correct that we've been saying this for many years.
Well, I've been hearing
This
the same
is-
thing for many years as
yeah.
well. I just think that in this particular instance, somebody has the reins that is about to let loose the military complex on the world is my fear.
Yeah.
That I don't know if she would have had the ability as much as he has. That's my only comparison between the two. That's it. I think less people will die under her as under him. And that's the very, very fine line.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
that's it.
I don't know
That's
about
it.
it. Yeah.
I don't know if the
I
rest
think
of the world
both.
would agree with you though.
I don't know.
But I do
And my
know-
daughter in Spain's been telling me a lot of what they're talking about over there.
Yeah, my friends in Finland are I've talked
They're
to-
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
What the fuck, USA?
What the
fuck did you do?
We're scared.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, look. No,
Europe is scared.
No.
Because they're afraid of what's going to happen to them.
Because Trump loves Putin for one, so that's scary for them.
I honestly don't know. Oh no, I almost said something I didn't mean. I don't have as the big of a problem with Vladimir Putin that we've been brainwashed to believe. I'm not saying he's an awesome dude. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. He is not the Antichrist. He is just as shitty as our people. He's as shitty as to get to that high of office in almost any country. You got to be a
But
dickhead.
he has his people killed though
I'm
who
not-
are against him, so he's
okay.
a little bit different.
Okay, dude, three people, I think two definitely, it might have been a third.
Mm-hmm.
Two people from Boeing were whistleblowers and they came up dead the next week. This is the U.S.
Oh well, that's Boeing.
Well, okay, but it's
No, it
corporate who
happens
does military
here.
contracts.
And
It
it's
happens
about to
here.
happen
I'm just-
even more
I'm just-
now.
yeah.
Okay,
Because it's
so-
going to
I
get
agree.
hidden.
So-
It's going to be easily hidden now.
I
Even more so. Let me rephrase that. Even more so.
look. So basically it's okay. So what I'm hearing, not for what I have been hearing, is we would prefer to go into chaos and die slower, as opposed to, hey, why don't we do something to just stop this shit? Because the
Wait.
Democrats are a
That's
fucking
not, nobody said that.
no, but that's what that's
No.
lesser of evil. That's what. It's still evil. It's still taking us on this path. We're still going to.
No. But what you were about to say is not what I said.
Okay, what was I about to say?
I don't know. Finish saying it and I'll tell you.
Okay. That if Harris had won, then we would still be militaristic.
Yeah.
We have been
We'd still-
militaristic. We
yeah,
were under
that
Biden.
wouldn't have changed.
And it would still be going down that path, but just slower.
Slower, yes.
And I'm trying to say. So this is how.
So we would have a little bit more time to make some changes, yes.
Okay, we've been trying to make those changes
Yeah,
for
we
decades, and we're
have.
not doing it.
Okay.
have.
So
All right.
when is it time? I have been hearing that. Okay, the thing
I
hear-
understand your frustration.
Dave, not this time. I have been hearing for 30
I think
fucking
the
years.
fact that there were so many people that didn't
So when?
vote,
Mm-hmm.
and I think a lot of them it's exactly for this reason
Yup.
because I've talked to people who felt this way. Says a lot about what the Democrats have not done.
They're a decaying carcass.
Because these people are not Trump supporters. A lot of them are slightly more left leaning, but they're so left leaning that they're like, or they're maybe they're super left leaning and they're going like Dave, like, I hate to say this. I thought this was what was gonna happen in 2016, and it actually didn't, which I was surprised. I mean, the world did kind of end because of 2020, but the COVID would have happened anyway. It would have been handled better, I think, if Hillary Clinton had been in office, but it would have still happened. Like, people would have died, shit still would have happened. But I just feel like
actually you're right, and do you know why though?
What's that?
I'm sorry, this can be a quick tangent and come back.
Okay.
It would have worked out better, not because of how it was handled, because it would have been, as much as I fucking hate Obama, his people did tell the Trump people coming in, you got to watch out. There's shit coming. They didn't say COVID, but there's some disease thing, and make sure you've got backup. Like, we didn't use PPE at the time, but you make sure you have stuff in warehouses. And the Trump people came in and went, fuck all that shit.
I guess that's what I'm referring to there. So we're about to have
We're-
those fuck
we're-
asses
yes.
come in again.
It's going to.
Oh,
It
dude,
is.
no one's
yeah.
saying no one's.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
not
going to- it's going to-
equating them.
I mean,
is-
we're about to have RFK Jr. take over
Yeah,
our
yeah,
health
I
care
understand, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So when I say lesser of two evils, so what I did is I didn't vote for somebody, I voted against somebody.
And I'm saying for 30 years, that's what people have
No,
been
for
doing.
30 years I did not do that.
Well, I don't mean
this
you,
year
you.
I
I
did.
don't mean you. But for 30 years.
Okay, but I'm
saying-
talking about me right now.
Okay, well, I'm not saying we. Because as much as I love you, you don't decide the one election. And
I
the
know, I
election.
understand that, but our conversation is between me and you.
Well, I thought we were talking about everybody.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I am
talking about
actually
everybody.
talking about everybody.
I
For me as well. I just think that. Well, first of all, it wasn't. It hasn't been bad enough, and I hate to say it. It has to get worse. We thought it was bad.
I
It
have
has
a-
to be worse. It
I
has
wanna
to
s-
because it's the only way we're gonna fucking learn.
Yeah.
And I hate that we
it's
have
about
to
to
learn.
change for
Yeah.
the next generation or two.
Yeah, and
so our
we
kids are
asked
going to
for
be
this.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
So
voted
what
for
I'm
this.
afraid of
I'm
is
not happy about it.
we just
we
got
voted in.
conned.
Oh yeah, we did.
So much of America got conned
Yep.
by this man.
Yep, sure did.
And we're going to be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to say it's okay because we needed to let it burn down so we can rebuild.
Collect-
No, I'm not going to say it's
collectively-
okay. I just say
Right.
it is.
But
it's,
collectively,
we did
I'm talking,
do
I don't
this.
say, I'm not saying you, Carrie. I'm saying collectively as a group,
Yeah,
we're getting what we deserve.
yeah. And
Sad.
yeah,
thing.
it is.
Oh,
But-
absolutely.
And
but
all, as my husband pointed out, he goes, all empires fail. All
Yes.
empires burn at some
Oh,
point.
absolutely. And that's the
and-
sad thing is that we've just shown we are, again, trying
yeah.
to be an empire. And that's exactly what
We
we're showing
did.
the world.
We
And
are
that's
the-
what my
no,
daughter
we're
was
not
saying
trying to
is
be. We are.
we
We
just
are.
showed the
We're it.
colonialism
We're the man.
that we are yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to be proud of.
yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm not. So
I don't think the country is going to complete. I mean, it's going to be really fucked up, but we have to remember that even though it wasn't close like it was in 2016 or 2020, there is a portion of it to look at that. We can't depend on white people, and we know that. We probably can't depend on them.
We can depend on them to do exactly what they just
Exactly.
did.
We already know that, but
Be able to be
those
conned.
of us who can be who can be doing it, we can do our best
So
to help.
disappointed in white women.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
so
Oh, I'm
fucking
embarrassed. I'm
disappointed
disgusted. I'm
in
grossed
white
out.
women.
Ugh. I know. I didn't
And then
expect
the thing
much
is,
from
I've
white
been saying
men,
that since
but-
high school. Sorry.
White women or just women, Dave?
Yeah.
Well, definitely white women.
Boom, boom.
Yes.
Um,
That's
Yeah.
true. I did go to Franklin. So
You
you're
did.
right. Sorry.
but I think that they think they're gonna get something that they are not gonna get.
Yep, that's all right.
And they're just not gonna. They've been
we already
conned
know.
yet again.
Here's the positive.
Or
you and we all in this room and
they
all of
think
us.
their shit don't stink,
Right.
And they're about to get a
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
fuckload of reality.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing: is we already know this. We already know this. We are not amongst the ignorant, so we already know this is going to happen. We can prepare. January 20th is not here yet. We have time. We not a ton of time, but we have some time to prepare. We have some time to talk to our people, to organize, to find out, who our community is. I have never thought about community as much as I do now, and I thought community was super important.
Community. It's on my notes.
Yeah. I have never once. I always think community is important. I talk about community all the time. This really hit it right in the gut.
So, couple things on that. Mm-hmm. I'm not disagreeing with you. But Here's my only but. There are. I'm just elaborating on it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are a ton of. Well, I shouldn't say a ton. There are a lot of good organizations that have been doing the work.
Yeah.
And you don't have to I have to start something.
No.
For example, coming out of some of this, it isn't about the election because these wheels were kind of in motion before the election, but only like a month before. There was about to start up a local chapter of Code Pink. And if you don't know Code Pink, they got a little weird, liberally weird around that. What was that hat thing about?
Oh, the pussy.
The pussy hat thing? Yeah. They got a little liberal on that, and I got really kind of like, dude, really? Are we doing that? Because they really kind of went like lesser of two evils for a couple years. But they started as a very... I want to say this right because I don't want to turn anybody off on this. Because I'm saying this with admiration. Code Pink is awesome. They're on your social media when you see people disrupting congressional hearings. That's Code Pink.
Oh, we love that.
When you see people getting dragged out of hearings, like calling people warmongers who are, that's Code Pink. They're amazing. That's the one of the people who's in that, one of the co-founders, Medea Benjamin. We have talked about her before. I've been to her house in D.C., and I've had she came to Rochester a while ago.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
she came to Rochester, and I ended up driving her to Binghamton one day. And I drove Jill to New York
I know,
too. And
yeah,
I ended up, I'll drive you there, whatever. Yeah, I got nothing to do. I'll drive you.
Yeah.
And so I got to kind of just drive while I'm listening to her on the phone and on her computer, picking up Wi-Fi from various farms and shit, trying to do stuff. And it was just amazing listening to people do their organizing work because I'm the chauffeur, right? And so Code Pink is really awesome. And they kind of got away from, they took a little detour on that liberalism thing where it's like feel good but not really change the system kind of thing. But I don't know what was happened with that. But they're back doing their hardcore shit again, and they have been for a couple of years. And there's a Rochester chapter starting up. So what I'm saying is you don't have to make something that's brand new. There are things that have been going. And I'll say, of course.
Is this primarily led by black women? Is my one question.
Code Pink is not. Okay. I can tell you that.
There
are people of color in it.
What is it?
I'll give you. Actually, I have something here. Okay. I can give you something when we're done. I know I've heard the history of Code Pink, but I don't have it stuck in my head right now, so I couldn't. I would be making it up.
Gotcha.
It was two people sitting at a table, and I definitely.
Well, no, I don't know. What are they fighting for? Women's rights?
Most of the time it's to end war.
Oh, okay.
But it's also sticking it to the man in general as well.
Okay.
They have done stuff about racism. They have done stuff on a lot of stuff, but mostly they focus on
war.
On war, yeah. In fact, that's the book I have. That is signed by Medea Benjamin, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so there are organizations wherever you are that have already been doing the work. The only thing I say is really check them out because there's that nonprofit industrial organization, industry that they're nonprofits and they have a great mission statement that they've worked on for years,
right?
But really they're about getting grant money and their CEO makes 6 figures and that kind of thing. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for.
I'm concerned about our girls at this point with what's coming up.
Sure,
I'm really concerned about
Planned Parenthood. It will always, even during Biden. I'm just giving examples. I'm just giving examples.
Especially the religious portion that's about to come up.
I totally understand.
I don't know. It just.
So we are not helpless.
And then the comments they just recently made about giving police back total immunity really freaks me out.
And you know what? I get it, Carrie, but they really kind of have anyway. There's been very few that.
Is there really? I mean,
there's been talk.
Kind of what they do anyway.
And look at what the Democratic
we've
Party
got
did.
Little bit.
Yeah,
little bit.
we got to stop accepting a little bit. We got to
I
be
didn't
done
say
with
we
that.
accepted it, but to have that little bit of light be taken away.
I don't think
They're
going
gonna
to
keep doing it. They are gonna keep fighting
It may be
this.
on the books, it may be laws and shit, but they don't
To have the
care.
cameras, the vest cameras, is better than nothing.
Oh, it's a step without. Okay, again.
But
There
but to get rid of those,
Oh, we'll see what that's gonna not. That won't be a federal thing. That you have to worry. We'll be okay in New York
Okay.
State with that. No, that's not a federal thing.
that was what I'm worried about.
And-
See,
and
that
there's a
would
lot
be-
I
No,
don't
no,
know. That's what I'm worried about.
That's
Like
generally
it's a slippery slope.
a
is what I'm
local
saying.
/ state. So we are in New York State, and we're okay. In fact, I want to say this appropriately because I
worry about all states now.
I understand. Me too. I don't want to say this in a way that makes it sound like I'm a big deal. But at the beginning, I was in on the meetings and the activism around getting body cameras on police in Rochester, right? It actually, I can say it now. I really had no business being in on it, but I wrangled it as part of my job, saying, "Hey, look, people with disabilities get the crap kicked out of them by the cops. I should be in these meetings," and so it was part of my job.
Nice.
But once I wasn't working there anymore, the meetings were all during the day, and so I couldn't do it anymore. So I was in it at the beginning.
Got it.
So I'd like to think that I had, I had a little pebble in that.
That's
I did a
nice.
ripple,
That's something
right?
to make you feel good
So,
about. Yeah.
but not just so much that I'm saying I kind of know how it happened is what I'm saying. And then another person who not only was really involved in that, but still is to this day, is our friend Alex. Still is in meetings with the police and still is
Got
in
it.
meetings at City Hall with a lot of ministers, local ministers. This is a local issue.
Yep.
So New York State, we're pretty much okay where that issue's concerned, and that's the thing. There's some of these will be federal. So what'll probably end up happening, the bad thing will end up. I can't even say bad because it was happening under Biden. We were still militarily arming our local police departments.
Oh,
and
I
that
know
was
all
coming
of
from
that
the
stuff.
federal.
I'm just
So
saying it's going to get even worse.
yeah, no. Look, I am not saying it's going to stay exactly the same. I am saying it's just going to increase. But we should have been fighting this shit for real, right?
We weren't.
And we weren't.
We weren't.
We were kind of, I will. If I have time, I'll sign the online petition. And someone who distributes online petitions, and I'm about to do that again this weekend, it's fine, it's good, but that is the only thing that some folks are doing.
That's how I mean, honestly, I have so
it's-
much guilt. I have so much guilt because first of all, I fucking know better. And I still have not worked as hard as I know I should have, and I feel guilt over it, and I'm going to be changing that.
Well,
You'll be happy about one thing. One thing I'm doing in a
I think I know
positive.
what you're going to say, but
You know,
please do it. Say it.
I
Say it out loud.
I
want to hear it. I need to hear it, Melissa. Say it.
I broke up with Amazon. Is that what you thought?
No, not at all.
What'd you think I was going to say?
I love you. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Yep. Well, I can't. So
If I'd known ahead, I brought you candy. There you
Oh,
go.
thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'll take it as my
Yeah, have some
my
dots.
yeah. So, unfortunately, I can't do anything about the fact that I still have an account with them through March. But I'm just taking. I already canceled all my subscriptions with them.
Right.
And I'm gonna take. I keep forgetting to do it. I have to remember. I have to take my money things off of there. I don't know if they're gonna let me, but I'm gonna try.
I still have, when I say this, I still have an email address that I can get in to Amazon.
Right.
I still,
because your sister has given you stuff, which I know you've just.
well,
bought
there's not,
things.
but I mean, I had it way back in the day before I knew anything. And
Right,
you know,
right.
And it just, I actually still have this. Oh my God. Can I tell you what the email address is?
What?
I don't know. This is going to go back, and I might have to
Is it
explain this
Whitey?
after. It's really it's Smegma Records at yahoo.com.
It's what?
Fantastic.
Smegma Records at
fantastic.
yahoo.com.
Smegma. That's
Smegma?
fantastic.
Smegma. No? Smegma is the icky, gooey stuff that's in between it gets in your foreskin if you don't clean it. We'll talk
Did
later.
not need to know this.
I know. We'll talk later. There's the backstory behind that is so amazing. I can't even give you anything because you don't have a CD player.
I don't. It's got nothing.
See how everything comes around?
I know. So anyway, yeah. What did you think I was going to say? Though?
I thought you were going to talk about my campaign. Not to make it about me. I thought you were
Oh.
gonna, I thought that was Because you're my event person.
Yes, I am. Well, that's
I thought you. That's
yeah.
what you
There's
were
a lot of I said on one of my
Sorry.
posts because I've been posting.
I
a
made
lot.
it about me. I didn't mean to. But
No, you
the
should.
Amazon. You legitimately surprised me, and I am happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Now,
I
could you
really.
just
I'm
convince-
like,
could you convince my wife? No, you can't.
you know what? I couldn't convince myself for a long time because I'm like, Melissa, you're poor. You have to just look for whatever's the cheapest thing. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I started feeling. Again, there's no what is it? There's no
You can't be perfect in a capitalist society.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
It's
You can
impossible.
make some good choices.
Yes.
You can make some more positive choices.
I use
and
eBay, which I know still sucks.
Yeah,
I
so-
know is not the best.
So there is an app out there called Goods Unitas. I think I've actually talked about this app before, but I told my boss about it.
Oh, that one I don't have.
I told my boss about it yesterday, and she was super excited
What's
to
it
look
called?
it up.
Goods
It's called
United?
Goods Unitas. It's a free app. You can download it, and it tells you a bunch of different companies, which if they support either political party, and
Okay.
if they do, which ones, how much, what are the percentage. I think you can even deepen and see exactly who they supported. Because if you're like a really deep diver, like maybe there is, like maybe you're a Democrat, but maybe there's like one Republican person that you know about that you think is actually a good person, and so you're like, oh well, they donated to this Republican, I'm actually okay with this one. I'm not
Gotcha.
saying
Yep,
that
yep.
that's not me, but I'm just saying that might be somebody else. So it's nice that they have that option that you can actually
it.
see like some very specifics. Some companies aren't on there at all. Some companies surprised the shit out of me when I looked them up. And no, but some surprised
Oh, in a
me
good way?
happily too.
Oh, okay, cool.
There was a couple I was like, okay, Coca-Cola not being Republican anymore. Yeah, I know. I still don't love Coca-Cola, and I don't buy a lot of Coke, but on occasion I do because I won't lie, I fucking crave it sometimes. I really just like. I'm a classic Coke girl. I just like a nice classic Coke once in a while. I had one
I've
yesterday.
been drinking Diet Pepsi for decades, and I have stopped.
Yeah.
Cold turkey.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
How come?
Palestine.
So yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit out there, but you
Oh,
can
they
look it
support-
up.
Israel or something?
So the BDS movement is
Mm-hmm.
is companies that do business there that's considered supporting what they do, and so you try to boycott. And do I know every single corporation? No, I don't. But the ones I do know,
Yeah. And if you can, like maybe you can't, like maybe you live in a place, like I didn't look up Publix because I don't.
There's no Publix.
There's no Publix around
right.
here, but if where you live, that is really the only place you can go buy groceries.
That-
Then you fucking got to go to Publix.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
the way it is.
What's the app I have where that's concerned is, hold on, I'll get it, and it's called No Thanks.
Okay.
That's the app for that.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so
I-
so
you
I'm
can't, in a
I'm
capitalist
looking.
society.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion. You're not making your own clothes, like literally like growing the cotton, right, and turning it into thread. You're not doing that. So it can't in this society. You can't be 100%, but
Right.
you can still make those choices if
You can
when
still
you
try.
Can.
You can
Absolutely.
still make if there's ones that you can do.
Absolutely.
I have a very sad thing to tell people in the area is that if you are a Democrat or you are left leaning, none of the local hardware stores, with the exception of Harbor Freight, are left leaning.
Really?
Harbor Freight is 100% Democrat, and they do a lot for their employees. I was reading about them online today. Lowe's used to be cool, not anymore.
I heard their tools suck though. I haven't been.
Well,
in one.
there's different kinds of. They have different brands and stuff too. It's not
Okay.
just their brand.
All right.
I'm just saying, like
never
there
been
are
in
some.
one.
I've never been to one either. There's
Oh,
like
well,
several
now I
in
got-
Rochester,
all right,
but I'm
I'll
going to
check-
check it
yeah, I
out
know there's
now.
one.
Yeah, I'm like, so it's like that's something I do. I go to hardware stores pretty often. I mean, I don't really want to go to Ace Hardware, which is our local one, because they're definitely a Republican company.
Oh, Ace does now too,
Oh yeah,
even though they're locally owned.
yeah. But it's still. I may have to go there. I don't know. I haven't looked up Sherwin-Williams to find out if the I just would
Well,
like
that's
to.
paint.
So you would go.
Well, I
you
mean,
would
I
not-
buy paint a lot though, so I mean,
So you look at their political affiliation over them being locally owned?
If
It's again, Carrie. It's not 100%.
yeah,
you
so
just look. You just
if-
get the information.
If I
and
can,
you make the
if I
decision.
have to do one of them, like if I don't have a fucking
But what's more
choice-
important, locally owned or their
Exactly.
political affiliation?
Okay, so if I have to do one of them, like if it's really down to it, I will go to my local Ace Hardware store, which is really close by, and I'll buy my paint there because at least I'm supporting a local worker.
Right.
But again, there goes with like there's no ethics in
Yeah,
in
there's no
capitalism.
100% in
You can't do it
capitalism. You
100%.
can't.
That's the best I can do.
right.
In this
Yeah.
case, that would probably be the
Yeah.
best I can do, and so that's what I'll do. But doesn't mean I love it, but
Okay.
I can be nice to the one black man that I know works in the paint department and give him a smile.
I know
And
that guy. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like that's if that's the best I can do, that's what I'll do. But I'm going to look up Sherwin-Williams because we do have a Sherwin-Williams in the area as well.
And that's you're just talking about paint, but I mean, there's
but
also
I buy a lot of paint. Though.
But and this isn't even about the political part. I mean, it's also thinking about consumerism and what do we need.
yes,
right?
that's been in my mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, like
today.
Oh, this.
See, we have a local grocery right near me. It's locally owned. It's one of the few still left in the
Hagedorn's?
area.
and I'll,
Nope, not Hagedorn's.
Oh, the
They
Harriman's.
closed.
Yeah, that's
Harriman's.
right. I
they
forgot.
closed.
Harriman's is the only one left. So
And
I can
so
walk
sad.
there.
Probably more expensive than maybe not Wegmans, but
Oh no, it's cheaper than Wegmans.
is it? Oh,
Oh
no,
my God.
everything's cheaper than Wegmans.
But
Where is this?
It's right near Charlotte Beach. I
Oh.
can walk there from where I live, but there's not much of a choice at all.
Yeah, but
you
if
know,
you
Charlotte
know,
Beach, where what's his name should throw himself into.
Yeah.
Whose name we won't mention on the show.
Anyway,
So yeah, I did
right
yeah,
across
I
the
mean,
lift
that's
bridge.
nice.
But I'm bombarded by lots of American flags every time I'm around there. Let's just say.
And you can thank the guy who should throw himself into.
So,
for that.
but I go there. I go out of my way to go there, even though
No,
it
I still
doesn't
think it's
have
great.
what I like. It doesn't have, but because I feel like I'm supporting local.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. And
You
this
know what
case,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, I think we're
But
thinking the
it goes
same thing.
against because I feel like I'm also supporting a party I don't support. So
might.
I almost want to not go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can tell you that Aldi does no they don't support any super PACs.
Well, you know what's funny? 'Cause all these is if
I don't
you-
think
if you,
I don't go to Aldi's. I
love
should.
Aldi.
Oh, you should. It's
There's
it's
not one
interesting.
near me.
It's interesting. All if you
It's right
if
across,
you've read
across the street from Wegmans, isn't it?
if you've read
There's
no,
one here, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. Well, it's not across.
pretty
from
All
close.
the
Wegmans,
ones
though.
near me are across from.
Yeah.
Aldi.
But if you really look into Aldi's business and like I think they're out of Germany.
They are in Germany, yeah.
And then did you know Trader Joe's is
It's
related
yeah,
to
yeah,
Aldi?
yeah.
It's they're two brothers.
brothers.
Yeah.
It's very
funny.
interesting. It's like there's some ways that you're like it's really cool, and then they kind of treat their workers kind of but it's so weird. It's a very I have come to the conclusion that look, unless you have what they call a mom and pop store.
Mm-hmm.
To get bigger, to have anything that's big or have more than one store somewhere, you're exploiting workers in some way.
Yeah.
You're doing something
Yep.
that's not.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Yeah,
again,
unless
that
you're going
is
to
what it is.
Yeah.
surviving in a capitalist society.
Yep.
And we can have that. Well, actually, we can't now because we're at 56 minutes. But you could we are not 100% capitalism. That's why we have the fire department and public libraries and public schools and all that jazz. So we can.
Well,
there's no 100%
see.
communist
long?
something.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's not going away.
Well,
they might suck.
Maybe not
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah, but it's there's no 100% even China that I know we bust on is not 100% communist. Neither is Russia. In fact, man, if you listen to Richard Wolff, who's an economist, really describes and has written books about how China has this hybrid communist capitalist model that's amazing. How the government, not necessarily a good way, but just
Right. Just yeah.
just eye-opening how the government will control some aspects of the economy, like hardcore, really. But then there's like again, I'm
The
using
first
the word amazing.
trillionaires are coming out of China. aren't
Right, capitalists
Yep.
that are just like as capitalist as any asshole here. And it's like they have this bizarre hybrid, but because our media is, again, capitalist and corporate, everything's just China bad, China's communist. You can't.
Well, it goes back to back in during in the 80s, 70s, and 80s where we were told Russia was
All
bad
of
all
it.
the time,
All
and
of
and it's like
Absolutely. Like we're yay, we need to defeat Russia.
Well, Russia
and
is
Ukraine,
invading.
and
Isn't Russia invading
yeah,
a country?
but we
Russia
were,
into
but
it.
I mean, we're doing it too in other places.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not saying
yeah,
we're any
yeah.
better in some ways.
But we
I'm
were
just saying
told
they're not great
don't trust
either.
Russian people, don't trust Russians, don't trust.
Yeah.
But all
and it's
big
coming
countries
back.
do
It
it.
wasn't for a while.
Yeah.
And that whole Red Scare thing is coming back.
I know. I have one of my volunteers.
Even with the data.
One of
We're
the
the
volunteers
worst
at the
ones,
store
though.
We are.
is from Russia, and I will say, I mean, she's been here a long time. She's been here for well over 20 years or so, well over 20 years. But I mean, she's an American citizen now and all that stuff. But it's very interesting and eye opening to hear some of the stuff that she talks about. I mean, some of the things she tells me, there's no way I would have known any of this stuff
Right.
without talking to her. So it's kind of yeah, Putin's a really bad person. And she acknowledges that Putin's a really bad person, but there's a more broader spectrum of this than Americans realize. It's just the same thing that's what goes on in the Middle East and what goes on in Israel and Palestine. It's so much bigger than just our little brains comprehend as Americans.
Well, the conversation I had with my son-in-law from Spain. I guess what was happening here, it's actually happened in Spain already. They went from a dictatorship to very social whatever, and they swung back again.
And
before we
remember,
did.
yes, and if that's gone throughout history like that,
Yep.
and if you take a look, and you have MAGA folks in other countries.
Yep.
That I mean, obviously MAGA's Make Americans Great Again.
Canada too, because they do.
Canada's
Canada's cost of living is
I know
out of
everybody.
control, too.
I know
But
Canada.
assholes-
Way
yeah.
bad.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
worse. We actually have it good.
Progressives are like
Canada, yeah.
progressives are like we need
lot of
Canadian
places in the
health care,
country.
but there's assholes up there trying to chip away that and privatize it. So and fucking it up.
Actually,
So-
we have a really good cost of living compared to other countries.
Oh yeah,
We've
but-
had a good cost of living compared to
but
other countries for a
it's a
long
house
time.
of cards, and it's on the
But-
backs of the global South too.
But sorry, no, I'm talking to myself here. Our very
I'm
rich are really making out right now.
Yeah.
And that's who's going to make out with the Trump. The Trump.
That's it,
It's
exactly.
good. We're going to have. By the time Trump's done, we will have
More poor.
No, we're going to have multiple trillionaires.
Yes, and we'll also have more
With-
in poverty in our country.
All right. So.
And I
only
do believe
time-
what happened. I do believe people think, and I think they were fooled in believing that when Trump was in office, they got those stimulus checks.
Oh my God! People saying the economy was better under Trump.
I know.
Just-
I think they forgot.
they
Fucking forgot that we got stimulus checks, and they're in their minds. They're thinking they're remembering it wrong. And
All right. So I can't. Well, there's two reasons I can't talk about this in depth. One, because we're over an hour already,
Yep.
and two, I haven't read it yet, or I'm on page 4. I'm hoping with this extra day off this weekend, I can actually put a huge dent in this. There's a book that's based on a study. It's really the study called The Spirit Level, and it started out in the UK in 2014, and then a couple years ago, there was an update to the study that included the U.S. and other, and the update said, yeah, nothing's really changed. In fact, everything's gotten worse, and it's the same in the U.S. And basically, what it says is, all the things you think suck about living where you're living, crime, poverty, all that shit, has to do with inequality, economic inequality. And I heard the podcast on it, and then went and got the book. And like I said, I've been carrying it around for a very long time, but I've been so busy working on Jill Stein's campaign that I'm hoping this weekend to finally really
So
put
you've
a
been
dent
busy?
in this. Just a little bit.
A little
And
busy?
I'm still going to be busy on my campaign for city council, but it's really not going to kick in for another month. So I'm hoping I can catch up on reading and do a little bit of writing, and hey, maybe even do some bits for the show. But you're right. I have a bit that we recorded the audio for 2 months ago that's been sitting on the computer that I still haven't finished. The one with Special K.
Oh.
I know it's been sitting here forever, and I just haven't been able to finalize it. I haven't been able to edit it and master it. But anyway, the Spirit Level. And if it's not on Stuart's bookshelf, which you can get at stuartpedasso.com, there's some amazing books there. It will be. Just because it really, and there's some, I've already just flipping through real quick. I see charts and graphs, which makes my
charts and graphs.
well, you
makes
will
my
like
eyes
it.
twitch.
Yeah, that makes my eyes. I get kind of glazed
I go,
over.
oh, there's
I
graphs.
love graphs and
Oh,
charts.
no.
Look at that. Ooh, bar graphs
Oh, is
and
there
plotted
color?
points. Look at it's not color on some
Can
of
I
my
color
books.
on
Sorry.
it?
No, hate it.
Okay.
Hate it already.
Oh, I
When
love
I'm done with
charts
it.
and
Well, when you return the other book you have.
I know. It's in my bag in my car.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm working so much.
Don't worry.
No,
It's in my car. It's in my bag. And every day I look and I
Carrie.
put it in my work
Carrie.
I was
bag and
making
going,
it funny. I'm making it funny.
He knows where it is.
I know what it is.
No.
It's like just like
no,
not
and
like
I
he
leave it in
doesn't
there
know.
because I'm like, oh, I got every day I
So
look
do
at
you
it
know
going,
why
oh,
I
I
do
gotta
this?
look
Do you
at
know
that.
why I give
Oh, I gotta
people
look at
stuff? Because I give stuff like to Melissa, and if she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna bring all your stuff back," and I get
I
stuff
did.
back I didn't even give her.
Oh yeah, I did.
I like
that.
made stuff. Like
I
hey,
did. I brought back the stuff he
I
gave
have
me.
it. It's up there. There's some DVD of like interviews with the
gonna
Beatles or
bring-
something.
I know. I thought it was from you.
No, I
I
was
still
like,
don't know where I got
Cool.
it from. I
was
don't
like,
know
cool.
who gave it to me.
Well, if anybody asks, I got
oh,
it.
so I can bring extra stuff back?
Yeah, it's,
I mean, I
awesome.
didn't mean to, but I did.
Yeah, it's so. I'm like, yeah.
I was
take
just
this
trying.
one.
I was just like
Take whatever
cleaning
you
up my
want.
spaces. I'm like, oh my god, these are all Dave's. I gotta bring them back to him.
And I got extra
then,
shit.
And then he got extra shit because
I
I,
do have
didn't
to
know.
clean out my place.
That's all I'm
so.
saying.
No, if somebody asks me about it, I know where it is.
All right, so we'll be back.
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week. Suzanne Monroe will not be with us. We need to get Peter on though.
Oh gosh, I
know
miss
we have
Peter.
to get him.
He's
Yeah.
been posting. He's been doing some posting lately.
He is. Peter's in an interesting place.
I don't know
He
Peter.
is. I
Peter,
know.
Peter?
You have met Peter.
You met. He was with us.
Tall.
at
Is he a
Oh.
he was
pumpkin
the-
eater? I don't know.
might
It's
be,
the only
I don't
Peter
know.
I know.
No, you met him. He marched with us.
Oh,
He did. Oh my God! Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Peter.
Peter. Yeah. Tall.
Tall.
Gay
oh,
guy.
tall. Yeah, tall gay guy.
Very, very sweet.
Really nice.
Nice.
We chatted. For
I met a
quite
lot of
while.
people that day.
That's
Oh,
true. You
good for
did.
you. Okay.
Well, he was one of them.
All right, so we'll be back. But either way, look, you want to stick it to the man, do whatever. There's a million ways. Stuart Pedasso Radio is still playing protest music 24/7. You can check that out at stuartpedasso.com. I'd love to tell you, actually, it will never be on Spotify, but I would love to tell you it's in other places. I love how, hey, want your station played on Alexa? Just pay us $200 a month. And I'm like, hey, no, I'm good. Thanks, buddy. I'll go with my 20 listeners a day
There you go.
around the world. I'm good. So, yeah, but check out Stuart Pedasso
Please.
Radio at stuartpedasso.com. There's also Stuart's bookshelf. Some of the books we talk about are on there. Some amazing stuff that'll help you get through this. Look, I'm not saying everything's going to be awesome. We will get through this together. We didn't get a chance to talk about community. We kind of alluded to it. We'll try
We'll
to get
talk
to it
about it
next
next
week.
time. We'll talk about
totally
community
talk
next
about it next
time.
week. And
We'll probably have some more things to share about it too.
I get it. Introverts. Like I'm one of those, I think it's a made up term, but I am kind of one of those extrovert introverts.
Introvert's a real thing.
No, the extrovert introvert thing. I kind
yeah,
of
lots of people are extrovert introvert people.
I kind of
My mom's one of those people.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. I mean, I'd be totally
Well, you're gonna
happy
have to
just
clarify that.
everybody leaving me alone, but yet there I am running for office and talking in front of kids all day and talking in front of large groups of people. But I would still rather be at home by myself. So
Oh yeah, that's me.
right, and that's okay. All right, but sometimes I go out and do shit that I don't feel comfortable doing because I know there's even the lesser evil is still evil, and we need to deal with it. So we're gonna be okay. One way or another, it's gonna suck. I'm not telling you it's gonna be good. I'm not telling you it's gonna be fun. I'm not. If you want to go we and fake it, that's totally fine. But we will make it. Okay.
I think we will too.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna suck though.
It's gonna suck.
But that's why they, like Ben Franklin said, that's why God invented beer.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.
Are you or a loved one someone who used capitalism to scratch out half a tolerable existence only to find yourself empty, angry, and lonely? Call 1-800-388-5377 to find out if you're eligible to participate in a class action lawsuit against the too many to name perpetrators of this hoax. These capitalist parasites had prior knowledge of the permanent effects of such products as one-day delivery, cell phones, sport utility vehicles, rock'em sock'em robots. To see if you're eligible for this class action lawsuit, which could total $17 million, billion, gazillion dollars, call 1-800-388-5377. That's 1-800-FUCKERS. Or go to www.bougiebastards.com. The rat race was created by rat bastards, and now it's time to get out the glue traps. Call 1-800-FUCKERS or go to bougiebastards.com.